You already know what the fuck it is, man. It's your boy Tincho Sports, aka Rap Game Che Guevara. Barcelona kissed the league goodbye today. Terrible performance, sloppy performance throughout the entire game. Barca led 2-0 against Levante and ended up tying 3-3, but the tie that feels like an absolute defeat. We kissed the league goodbye. We couldn't afford to drop any more points. In fact, we needed to win the next 3 games and hope and pray that Atletico we needed both of them to lose points. So it was tricky coming into the situation. After the Atletico game, we basically kissed the league goodbye. So now that we drop more points, I don't see Atletico and Madrid dropping even more points. Although at this point, you can never tell. A few things about the game that didn't sit well with me. The team is tired. It's a lot of games, high intensity games. I mean, if you think about it, this team has been playing intensified games. So, do or die games basically since December, January, since the turn of the year. Every single game has been physically and mentally demanding on these players. The formation that we use, the 3-5-2, 3-4-3, that different variation, is very exhausting on the players, especially in the center mids and in the outside backs. Meaning that these players have been taking a toll in the last few months. And when you look at the lineups, it's the same lineup every time. There's a few different variables depending on, what Piqué, before Piqué came back, it was Araujo, De Jong, or Mingueza and Dest. Those were the really only variables. De Jong, Piqué, and Pedri have been in the midfield every game for the past 7 months. Right, so it's been taking a toll on these players, and that's exactly what it looked like in the last few weeks. We just ran out of gas. And when you look at some of the players that we have on the bench, I think some of those players can make an impact. Trincao was just outshunned at this point. Trincao gets no minutes. I don't understand how. Ricky Puig had to get, last 12 minutes of a complicated game to be able to make a difference, and he did make an impact. The team started playing a whole lot better. There was a bigger sense of urgency. He was breaking the lines directly with one pass. The intensity was there, and we were knocking on the door. But should we have put Ricky Puig in earlier, I think it would have changed the tempo of the game, because the first half, we were very sloppy on the ball. We were giving away the ball left and right. Very bad ball control the entire first half. However, we were winning because we had, the players that we had on the team. In the second half, we came out flat. So in the second half, Sergio Roberto came in and Araujo came out. So we went to a back 4. And it couldn't have been any worse. We lost the midfield. We lost the game. Levante quickly leveled it up 2-2. 2-0 is the most dangerous scoreline in all of soccer, and that's exactly what happened today. So 2-2. Dembele got his goal, which appeared to be, like the waking moment for Barca. Okay, like we got the goal, like another clutch goal from Dembele to give us the 3 points, and we weren't able to hold on towards the end. In the end, man, I mean, you see Dest slip and fall, and it kind of goes back to my last point. Why the fuck are we switching our back line so much? I don't understand that. I've been a big critic about this since the beginning. Obviously, it was working very well for a large part of the season, but I am not a fan of that. One of my golden rules as a coach is you try to never sub out your back 4. If you need to sub out your back 4, it should be the outside backs. But your center backs intact. You never want to touch them. And I feel like Koeman does this a lot. Araujo doesn't play the full game. Mingueza doesn't play the full game. Titi will come in every once in a while. And then at some point, Dest comes in or Sergio Roberto comes in on the right. And it changes the whole thing. And when you look at it, we were being pressed in the last few minutes of that game. And so to have a brand new right back that isn't in the game rhythm to just come in, I mean, the slip can happen to anybody, but he got beat in that first through ball over their head. He got beat, and Dest doesn't usually get beat in those. And so ultimately, I think the substitutions that Koeman made have negatively affected us this season and definitely killed us off this game. When you look at the subs, you rotate so much the outside backs and the center backs, including in this three-man back line. But in the midfield, dude, we need a spark in the midfield. Busquets is not going to give us a spark. He's going to give us control, which is opposite. De Jong is 100% all the time in the game. So Pedri is usually that like joker, but Pedri is exhausted. We all can see it. Like, he scored, but he is just tired. He's just tired. We need to give him some break. And when you look at the bench, you know, Elix has gone a few moments. I've never been a big fan of him. I don't think he does anything extraordinary. He's kind of like a Pogba, but like a less skilled Pogba. Ricky Puig doesn't get any minutes. Pjanic, what the fuck happened to Pjanic? I haven't seen Pjanic since like 2015. And then Sergio Roberto coming in the midfield. Sergio Roberto's not a good outside back, and he's not a good center mid either more. I mean, he's a jack of all trades, but a master of none. Feel me? So I don't know where I would put Sergio Roberto except that on the bench. Braithwaite gets the last few minutes of the game. Again, Trincao doesn't get any looks. So if we're gonna make a lot of subs, dude, we should be making the subs on the other side of the field so that we could look for that goal. You know, you think back at the beginning of this whole like resurgence, and we would make complete, like, our front 3 or 4 would be completely different by the end of the game, just because of how many rotations we made up there. But as the season progressed, those changes were made to solidify the defense instead, which is good sometimes. I feel like it's needed, you know, a fresh pair of legs sometimes. But I'm also not a fan of subbing in defenders in the middle of the game, because you're just not in the same rhythm. It just takes one sprint that you're beat to. It just takes one near post run. That's really all that can change the game. We didn't deserve this week. We didn't deserve this league. At the end of the day, the loss against Granada, that was, you know, we were, before that Granada game, you know, I think we were like 4 or 5 points behind, but we had the Granada game still in hand, and we had the Atletico game coming up. Those 2 crucial games, 1 win and 1 loss. The Clásico, another crucial game that we could, you know, put Madrid even a little bit farther behind. We lost that one too. So that's 2 losses and 1 draw in 3 games that could have ultimately changed the season. We could have came into the Atletico game without having to worry about other results. We could have came into the Atletico game not even worrying about this current result against Atletico. And, you know, we squandered that away. The team is tired. There needs to be changes. Coleman, I mean, I think he should stay. I think he's done a great job turning this around. Is it a great finished product? Not yet. But I'm hoping that he'll be able to find it out throughout the course of next season. This summer, you know, bringing in some signings that'll potentially help to kind of clean up the squad a little bit. But overall, we didn't deserve to win the league for many reasons. The fact that we're even this close is astonishing. But in the end, man, I'm very disappointed in the team today. And I usually do these videos, these post-Barca game videos with the Barca jersey, but today, you know, I'm not even in that mood right now. You know, I don't think they deserved it. I think if we're in 3rd place, it shows legitimately where we stand, because we lost too many points, gave up too many goals off of some dumb shit. And that's why we are where we are. Copa del Rey champions, but, you know, 3rd place in La Liga. But what'd you guys think about the game at home, man? Is it really done? We're gonna have to wait and see what Atletico and Real Madrid do to see. Let me know in the comment section below. Follow me on all my social media at Tincho Sports. Como siempre, guys, thanks for tuning in. Visca Barça, I guess. No, Visca Barça siempre.